Man, listen, when I go to the ATM, man, I don't go to the ATM often because I pay with everything with my phone. I barely have cash on me half the time. So, but when I go to the ATM, I don't play games. You can't be standing too close to me. I don't want to talk. Don't try to have a conversation when I'm taking out money from the ATM because I don't trust anybody when I'm getting around cash. I turn into a real asshole. When two times I turn into a real asshole. If I'm somewhere with my children, with my kids, you know what I mean? Like the other day, I was at the park with my kids, and I keep an eye on my kids. I watch my kids like hawks. This is the type of dad I am. And you know, some guy came up to me asking me for money. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the homeless. I have a lot of empathy, but yo, don't talk to me when I'm trying to pay attention to my kids. And when I'm trying to get money, when I'm messing with cash, I don't want people walking up on me. It's the way it is. So anyway, here's a story where a woman went to take some money out the ATM and she got scammed. She got finessed with this new thing. So I'm gonna play this.
It wasn't Sarah's lucky day. It was a setup for a classic $20 distraction scam. And by the time it was over, thousands had vanished from her bank account and her daughter's.
And this is the Ralph's I usually come to.
On Wednesday, April 16th, Sarah went to Ralph's grocery store on Satakoy Street and Louise Avenue in Van Nuys. As she was using her debit card to pay, a stranger approached her and said
that I dropped $20. And I said, no, I don't think I did. And I was putting my PIN into the machine, and he came much closer to me and was kind of pushing the $20 into my wallet. You need to back up, back off.
It all happened in a matter of seconds. Sarah kept insisting.
And I'm like, no, this is yours. This isn't mine.
As Sarah walked back to her car, the same man, now joined by a woman, followed her, again insisting she take the $20. They continued to invade her space.
I knew it wasn't mine. The reason I was getting cash back was because all I had was a couple dollars.
Sarah left the parking lot feeling weird about the encounter. She checked her wallet to see if maybe they had taken any of her cash. They hadn't, but something else was missing.
My heart sank because my debit card wasn't there.
Within 30 minutes, the scammers made multiple withdrawals at Chase Bank several miles away. In total, nearly $5,000 was taken from Sarah's account and her daughter Jennifer's too, because their accounts are linked.
My money is gone and I had just gotten paid, and I'm a teacher. I don't make a lot of money. I really don't. And what I make goes to the things I need, and we can't cover that right now. So it's hard to know that someone can take what you have so easily.
Jennifer filed a police report and shared the story online. She was stunned by the response. One after another, people commented the same thing had happened to them or their loved ones.
But let's go back and break down what happened, right? So if you didn't catch what happened in this scheme, so this is essentially what it sounded like the criminals did, right? So what they do, you're at the ATM, and it sounds like she was at the ATM. They were probably close to the ATM, right? Probably looking at her PIN number, right? Because I don't know if you guys know, like I bank at Chase, right? Some of these Chase ATMs, you have to have the card to walk in, but a lot of times in these little corridors or little, not hallways, but just little sections of ATMs, it's a lot of people in there sometimes lined up trying to get to the ATM. So many times, listen, if you're not paying attention, someone could essentially stare at you from a distance and see what your PIN number is, right? Now, your PIN number means nothing if they don't have your card. So even if they see that you hit 7277 or whatever, they can't do anything if they don't have your card. But here's the thing that they're doing. So what they'll do, if you didn't catch it, once they kind of in the proximity to probably, watch her PIN number, as she gets ready to walk away, they say, yo, you dropped the 20. So she's like, no, I didn't drop a 20. Well, you dropped the 20. Here you go. And they essentially I guess, stuffed it in her purse or whatever that was still open or whatever it is, and was able to grab her card at the same time. Now, listen, again, I don't know how they got that close to her, because for me, like I said, if you talk to me while I'm getting cash, I'm gonna have an attitude, and I'm probably not the guy that they're gonna try that on. But an older woman, somebody a little more innocent, somebody a little more, you know, not forgiving, but somebody a little more less suspicious, because I'm suspicious of everybody. So they probably got her because she's not that suspicious. She's like, no, you dropped the 20. They're acting like they're a good Samaritan. Here you go. Here you go. And at the same time, they're grabbing her card. Her card is probably still out or accessible because she just pulled it out the machine. And of course, they put the money in there. She walks away and realizes her debit card is gone. And now they took out all this money. Now, there's so many finesses out here. So, again, don't be a nice person when you're going to get money. Be an asshole when you go to get money. Anybody talks to you, don't talk back to them. Don't even give them any time of day, because if I know I didn't drop a 20, I know I didn't drop a 20. And if you say I dropped a 20, you want to give it to me, you could put it in my hand. You know what I mean? But you sure, but it's for men, we have our wallet, we put it away. But for women, again, be careful, because if you have your purse open, you have everything open, that's an easy finesse. And that's something that makes you may not be as suspicious, because you feel like, why would somebody be giving you a 20 if you didn't drop it? You may feel like, okay, they're giving you a 20. Even if you didn't think you dropped it, you may be like, yo, they think I dropped it and they're trying to do a good thing. No, they're trying to grab your debit card. So everywhere you go, honestly, like I said, I don't carry a lot of cash with me. You know what I'm saying? And they have scanners at gas stations that can scan your card and duplicate your card. It's a lot of wildness out here. So my thing is that one, I wouldn't put all my money in one account. That's one thing I think people could try to do. Don't put all your money in one account if you can help it. Two, listen, if you don't need cash, don't take your ass to the ATM. You don't need cash to do most things anyway. So